Hey guys, what's going on? Matthew or MP Bricks here, and today we're going to be taking a look at set number 70596, the Samurai X Cave Chaos. This set released with 1,253 pieces, 8 minifigures, and released for $120 when it released in 2016. But with that, let's get on to the review. So starting off on the left side and kind of the front of the cave, you have that big iconic kind of skull thing. I don't know what kind of creature this is supposed to be, but it is massive. Maybe it's some sort of dragon or something, I don't know. But in the show, I remember seeing this all the time when we saw it. And you can kind of just push it from the back, and I was very surprised to see it actually does stay up. I mean, this thing, it stays up. You can maybe not in the middle, but right there, I don't know what it is, but it stays up. And I just really didn't think it would. But then you've got kind of these teeth. I guess those are kind of connected to it, or maybe they're underground and connected. I don't know. But then you can also lift up these ramps here. And under this one right here, you have a blueprint for a jet that we'll look at in just a little bit. It's got the 3 different parts. We'll place that right there. And you can actually close this up, and that's kind of how you get inside. So, very nice. I like how they used wheels for the eyes of the creature here. So that was cool. It's kind of just supposed to be an empty hole there. So it makes sense to be black. And then once you get right inside, you kind of have this platform to stand on. And then you've got kind of these laser doors that you can actually move and make them be in front so you can't get in, I guess. Or you can make them come over here in front of this little jail cell, and it does have a little bench in there that you can sit a figure down on. But this thing, I don't know, I always feel like it's gonna break. Like, how it's connected down there, it just doesn't feel the strongest. I've had it break once, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the strongest thing they could have done. Then up top here, you have a little dock for this little droid thing that I guess can help you do all your creations and stuff. It's a nice little build, but nothing super special or anything. And he can just sit in there on the little stud. I guess he's kind of a 9th character that you get. Then coming over, you also have kind of these big screens. This one's supposed to be a little bit tilted, but to see it better, you got File Pythor and then File General Kozu, and you got pictures of both of them. And then you've got this about the Phantom Ninja. Nice little reference to some of the, I'm not even sure if they're canon, I don't know, but kind of a reference to the older Ninjago books, so that's really cool. And I'm actually going to skip over the middle because that's where I really want to talk the most about. And then you've got this screen over here with a map of Ninjago, and I guess maybe that dot is supposed to be the location of the Samurai X Cave. You've also got this screen that says Alert Nindroid Detected. I don't know, maybe it detected Zane, but I think it's probably General Cryptor. And I like how throughout the whole set, you get like these little sticky notes. It's like 01-20, Save Ninja, Milk. And then over here it says Wu Crew. And then there's one right here that says Finish Jet. And it's just really cool. I like those little details. And that's just a neat little thing to throw in there. And clearly Nia uses a lot of the little sticky notes. You've also got kind of this little shrine, I guess, to this hat. I don't know why it's there, but you can actually remove the whole assembly here, and you've got 2 swords that you can use, as well as the hat. So that's neat. Alright, I would not recommend taking that out of the set if you are thinking about buying it, because it took me a solid 3 minutes to get it back in there. But then coming down here, you have the Samurai X armor, which is neat. Nia can swap between the 2, as well as kind of these bars. They're over here with the jail cell as well. Not sure exactly what they're supposed to be, but they're neat. I like the stickers. Then you've got, I like how the whole floor, which we'll take more of a look at in a little bit, is sand blue. You've got some over here, and it goes over here to this little platform where you've got this little, I guess like a little warning strip, and I'll get the angle a little better. And you've got this big open space back here where you can actually place the Samurai X mech that is included in this set, we'll take a little closer look at the mech in a little bit. But you can place that in there, as well as put Nia on the little platform here. And you can go ahead and raise that up so that she can actually get in. And that is awesome to me. I like that because, like, most of the time the mechs are absolutely massive nowadays. How the heck do they get in them? Those things are huge. So it's just great to actually have something that shows you how they get in them. And then up top here we have kind of a sandy level, which is supposed to be above the cave. So I guess maybe this is kind of just like regular ground level, or maybe by the skull it was regular ground level, and now this is kind of up on a little bit of a hill. But you can have minifigures up here fighting and everything, and I really like that because it's just, it makes sense to have land. Maybe it should have been a little more. I like this area. This is a good amount. I like this a lot. The other section, which I can show you right now, is not a ton. It's all right, but it's not a ton. Like the other one, I really like that one because, you know, you've got a little section that can come over. This one, you don't really have that, but still very nice. I don't know what these are, just random things in the desert, but it's a nice little build there. I like the swords. Getting those are great, as well as over here we see a little tan bush there. That's nice. So yeah, let's take a look at the middle section now. Alrighty, so now we've made it to the best section of the entire set. We have the middle section right here, and I'll adjust you a little bit to see this a little bit better. And you've kind of got these two platforms. This is like where they're probably going to be, you know, hanging out, talking out their plans and everything most of the time. We saw this in Crystallized. This is like the biggest, best part of the set, really. And so back here, you've got this golden knob. You've got one on either side. And if you push this, this piece starts to come out this way. And under this one, it reveals some blueprints here. You've got one for another piece of the jet, which we'll actually look at in just a little bit. So we'll put that right back there. As well as a blueprint for the mech, which we looked at. We haven't gone super detailed, but we saw it a little bit. And then a little chest full of size there. And then you can twist this one, and this one actually has a walkway over there that goes out so you can actually get to the Samurai X armor. Now, it can go all the way out like that. It doesn't go as far as this one goes, but that's because this one gets to be kind of perpendicular and, yeah, geometry and stuff. So I just kind of spin this one a little bit to make them even there. So I'm not sure if it's technically supposed to be that far out, because on the box they have it like right about there. So where it's like right about there, you can't really reach the armor, so I guess you would want it to go a little bit further to actually get to the armor. But yeah, very neat feature with that. You've got these screens. This one's got some math stuff on it. This one says assembly process engaged, which looks awesome. And then, best feature on a Lego set ever. I'm sure you all have heard of this because it is legendary. It is amazing. Let's take a look. All right, so you've got kind of this little rack right here, and you've got three pieces to a jet. You've got this little engine piece here with a bunch of different grates and stuff on it. You can just set that on there. You've also got this set of wings here. You can set it whichever way you want. I'm going to set it this way, and I'm not going to connect them. Just leave them loose there. Then I'm going to take the little cockpit piece and place it right there. Try not to hit the wall. And then you have this little bit here, and you can actually press on this. 2 clicks. Take it off, and it's all connected. And it is amazing. That is such an amazing play feature. I love it so much. And like I said, push that back down. And like I said, you can actually do this the other way too. You can put the wings the other way. Works that way too. That looks awesome. And also, back here, to make it even more fun, you had to have more modules. So that piece right there on the wall is another piece. That's the blueprints that were right down here. So we'll set this back down. we will put on the little engine module. Put this on. This one cannot be reversed. It has to be this way right here. There. And then the cockpit there. Push on it. 2 clicks. And it's good. This one's more of a vertical takeoff, I guess. And then this one, you've got kind of these, it says blade right there. And then when you flip it over, it says blade. And I think that looks awesome. That is a really cool feature. I like how they did that. I don't know what blade is. I mean, I guess it's like the rotor blade. Maybe that's what it's supposed to mean. But yeah. I personally wish it came with maybe one of these modules or another one of these modules so that you could do more than switch the middle ones. But I understand. I completely get it. And I am going to be making more. Trust me. I'm gonna make more. And I'm gonna have so much fun with this. I haven't played with a Lego set. Like, actually played with it. Like, pew pew. Or act like they... you know, in this case, act like they're building the jet or anything. I haven't done that in probably, I don't know, 6 years. And I am so excited. I'm going to do it. I am going to start playing with this Lego set. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to love this thing so much. So yeah, that's one of the best play features I think I've ever had. And then here you can see there's like a little button and then an arrow. Kind of difficult to see. But the reason why these come out is so you've kind of got space for the thrust to come out and not hit anything. And I guess also just to give it a little bit more fun to do. So starting off with the bike side build, which you guys haven't even seen in this. But it's a really nice little bike. It's kind of got this, you know, slanted forward kind of detail. And I like it. But that means that the belly, when you try and put it in the cave, it doesn't really work. So here's the entrance to the cave, and if we lift up the head here and you try and put it in, it completely takes both wheels off the ground. Maybe a little bit difficult to see here, but like you can get it to the point where both wheels are off the ground, which doesn't exactly work, but I still really like the bike. It looks awesome. I got some extras of these golden blades, which came out in Skybound. In gold at least. They did come out previously in Season 2, 2013. But I like these nice little wheels, and the stickers on these are nice as well. Nice little details. Got the Samurai X logo, Mistake T, and I don't know what either of those mean. But you can actually, on the box it's usually Jay riding it, so you can put him on there, and he is ready to go. Doesn't look exactly like the box. But I like this little motorcycle. It's probably one of the best we've gotten. I like the smaller ones instead of these big, bulky, really bigger than a car motorcycles. I don't like those. But this is neat. I really like it. The only thing I wish is, I wish we got some of those golden Technic kind of, I don't even know what to call them. They're like little cylinders that go over the pins. I wish we got a golden one for that. So that it would just give more detail. It's fine like this. I don't think it looks bad or anything, but that would have given it a little more detail. So, yeah, let's get on to the next vehicle. All right, next up we have the mech here, which I'm actually going to have to adjust for. Here we go. And it's a simple little mech. I don't like its range of attacks. Like, its arms can't really get out far. If you see that, you can't really get them to attack very well. I guess if you swapped these blades, maybe you would be able to. Still, it's like you're really just going to be protecting with this mech. I don't know, but it's alright for a tiny little mech here. I think it's fine. And you can't actually swap these blades out. That's what they're there for. They're kind of annoying and get in the way for when you're putting it in the cave. But here at the feet, you have simple little feet. I've noticed these parts right here come off easily, so that's a little bit of a problem. But you kind of got standard feet motion, side to side. Pretty good front to back, but it's also a small mech, so that makes sense. The back, I don't really care because it's so small, so it doesn't really matter if it looks terrible. And then you've got this little stickered piece for, I guess, the little cloth, and then some wing pieces. So, You can also open this up right here and put Nia in. I will get her in her Samurai X outfit, and then we'll put her in there. So here I've got her in her Samurai X outfit. You kind of just put it on top of the Water Ninja outfit, and I think it works. You still see a lot of that blue, but I think it's alright. We'll place her right in there, and you can put the little knobs in her hands, but I don't really want to right now. And we close it up, and it can't really close a ton. I think it works, but like when you go from no one in it, from it being like this, which that's what I thought it was going to be with a minifigure in it. I thought I was going to be able to close up like that, but the shoulder pads get in the way a little bit, and I don't think that's good. Like, it stops right there because of the shoulder pad, so that's not great. But something that is great about this mech is if you take a modular from the jet, maybe one like this, the vertical takeoff one, you can actually set it up like this, and there's a clip on the top of the mech where you can attach it like this. And I guess it's just supposed to be more menacing, or maybe it is supposed to be able to fly with this stuff. I don't know. Maybe you can flip it around. Maybe that's better. I don't know. But I like the wing one a little better. So we're going to remove that. Don't fall out, Nia. And then we'll take this wing one right here, and we'll put it like that. That looks better. I like that one a lot better. Looks cooler, I guess. You can also flip it around like this. Man, she is falling out. I'm wondering if her heels are cracked because of her falling out all the time, but we'll just take her out. So yeah, I think this thing looks great with the little add-ons, and it's alright for the size. And I'm just glad we got a mech in the set because it, you know, it's not a Samurai X cave without a Samurai X mech. So let's get on to the jet. Sorry about the cave over here, but it's just really big, so it kind of encroaches on the space. But here we have the jet, and I think it looks great. I like the stickers here with kind of the different detailing. This one's like fully built, and then this one's got a little panel missing with some cores that you can see, and that looks really cool. You got this spinning nose up here, and the only thing that I don't really like, but I completely understand, is there's a little hole there. You can see where the person sits. So if I take Nia and put her legs down there, you can see them moving around. So that's where it kind of gets a bit much, but this was kind of the cutoff. Like, you had to make it stop there. So I don't know how else they would have made it work. So I think it's perfectly fine. Just wanted to mention that. But if we take Nia here, gotta remove her swords real quick. Oh, and get her out of her Samurai X outfit. We'll remove those. I don't know why she has silver swords instead of everyone else. Like, they have gold. Is she standing up? Nope, she has to have her armor off. My bad. Sorry, I thought she had it on in there. But we can put her right in there. Sit down first. Does she have to stand up? I haven't put a figure in here yet. I think they have to stand up to be in there. Actually, I think so. Okay. I think they have to stand up. It looks not terrible. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. That looks exactly like it is on the box. Yeah, she has to stand up. Okay. But you kind of open these swords to put her in, and then it's almost like a open canopy, and I think that's neat. You also got these smaller blades, or little wing pieces, which I've never had a ton of these, but we got like 4 of them in this set. 2 in black, 2 in white, and I'm set. If I ever need one of these, I'm just taking it off this set and then buying another one to replace it. So, I am set. These things are awesome. And the cool part is, with all of these, they all have the same kind of base build. My bad. But you kind of have this U-shaped piece, and then these brackets, and then that section right there, that little open section, is where the Technic axle sits. So it'll sit right there like that, and that's how you connect them. So that means follow this little kind of build there, and you can build whatever you want. And that makes me so happy. I'm gonna make so many of these things. This cave is gonna be full of custom builds, and it's gonna be awesome. I am going to make so many modulars, and let me know if you guys want to see what I do for this, because I'm really excited to do these, and I hope you guys are excited for me to do them as well. So let's take a look at the other modular. So you can also just, take them apart instead of doing it on the rack. The rack is cooler, but you can just do it like this. And there you are, you have the other one. This one has stud shooters on it, right on the sides there. And you can shoot those off. Just translucent blue studs, and you get like 3 extras. And like I said, you got the blade there, and then you've got the little printed tile. And yeah, I like this one. It's neat. It's kind of more of a vertical takeoff and landing and stuff. I wish they didn't kind of tilt inwards. I wish they just went, straight instead of kind of diagonal. But I mean, it could still fly like this. Realistically, it would still fly, but it would look cooler if it was straightforward. So yeah, that was a lot of vehicles, and that's probably one of my favorite parts about this set. I'll say, getting the different modulars and then all the different vehicles, I mean, that's awesome. That feels like a Samurai X cave. And I'll show you something else you can do with all these, but that just makes me so happy, getting all these different vehicles. That is a Samurai X cave to me, a cave with a bunch of vehicles, and that's awesome. So let me show you that, and then we'll get on to the minifigures. So back here, looking more on the inside of the cave, the mech pretty much already has a place over on this side here, on the right side over here. But you can set it up in the middle if you want to, and you can even have these come further out to get a little bit more space. So you can put it right there, or you can just push these out as well. And that happens sometimes too, so. But yeah, you can open up that space and just have it there to work on, I guess. But you pretty much have it set over on this side. It's pretty much perfect for this mech. But you can have, the bike out here being worked on. You can have just the wing section out here being worked on. And then, you can have the mech pick it up and put it on there. And then you'll attach them all or whatever. And overall, that just makes me... I just keep saying it. I am so happy with the set. This is one of the best sets I have ever owned. This is amazing. I think this is better than some of the Ninjago City sets. So if you guys are looking for a big set, I'd say, this thing is huge. Look at this minifigure. This Lloyd minifig. This thing is huge. I don't think you guys will actually even understand. This head alone is massive. I love this set so much. There's so much to do, and I'm going to customize this thing a lot too to give it even more to do. So yeah, let's get on to the minifigures. Finally, I hope you guys are very excited for the minifigures, and I hope you made it through that. So here are the first 2 minifigures in this set. We have Honor Robes Lloyd and Honor Robes Nia. And these are probably some of the best Lloyd and Nia suits. These are... I don't know, maybe Lloyd is probably the best. I don't know about Nia. Maybe like second best. But these are amazing suits, I will say. And they're supposed to be iterations of original suits, because they didn't get the original suits. So Lloyd has the green and then dark green. But Nia, she has a secondary color. None of the other ninja have secondary colors. So I don't know. I'm trying to find extras of these two so that I can make original variants of them, but then the Lloyd mask is so expensive. The original green ninja mask is so expensive. I'm trying to do that for the DX Lloyd as well, but they are so expensive. But that's not the point of this video, so let's take a look at their back prints as well. Take that off. And yes, they do have back prints. Gotta still stick with the time. Mine has a little scratch there too, but it's just a print of the little sword holders. And speaking of which, these brown ones are expensive. I don't even know. Like the golden ones and the silver ones aren't even that expensive. These brown ones are so expensive. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I was looking for some because I have this Nia from the poly bag, and I was trying to get her an armor piece. But there's her back print as well. And they are expensive. They're like $3, which, I mean, yeah, it's $3, but still, that's a lot for an armor piece. The other ones are like 50 cents, 30 cents, something like that, you know? But yeah, these are awesome minifigures. Glad to have them. And these are some of the best suits. They are exclusive to this set. Lloyd is for sure. There are different variants that came out in the European packs. And then Nia came without shoulder pad and mask, which are relatively easy to get. I've had this figure before because I've actually taken the shoulder pad from another ninja and then the mask from her Deepstone. But it is still relatively exclusive in this kind of variant. And then Lloyd was very difficult to find in the European pack. But yeah, with all that said about these guys, let's get on to the next minifigures. I won't go on too much about these two because they are relatively easy to find and not super expensive minifigures like those ones. Those are like $30 minifigures a piece. But Jay, like that he comes with the hairpiece. I'm probably going to buy the mask, the Honor Robes mask to put on him because I don't exactly want one with the half mask and hair. It's nice to get because I get the hair, but I will just swap it out. Also, you get the armor piece, awesome there. And then he is, like I said, a mix of the ZX and original. And they actually used a silver arm this time, which looks great. And then he's also got his original symbol right there, just like the original suit. And over here, it is kind of empty over there. Dark blue arm over there, looking great. But removing his head, he does have his very good expression with the smiley one and then the kind of worried one. I like that expression for Jay. It looks good. Removing this, he's got kind of the little sheaths there. And then we will put this guy back together. So overall, good minifigure. I like him. And just a nice inclusion. I mean, without him, maybe we should have gotten, maybe an Android, something else. I don't know. But I like it. Maybe we should have gotten Samukai instead, because we didn't get a Samukai. And I mean, none of these figures were actually here in this season, because this wasn't in, or I guess this special. But yeah, let's take a look at Wu here. He is, I guess it really debuted in the Day of the Departed instead of Season 7, but he's got a golden hat instead of tan, which is in Season 7, so just a minor difference there. He's got his staff here, same old head and everything, and beard. And again, it's supposed to be like his original suit as well. He's got the black belt with his little kind of flowery symbol there. And turning it around, I like that he also has the sacred flute on the back. That looks awesome. Wish it actually came back, because that would have been an awesome way to kind of bring it back. It would have been cool. It was actually in the show somewhat. At least this back print with it on it was. This was in Season 7. I remember seeing that and being like, wait, is he going to use that? But nope, he never used it. So yeah. But those are two very good minifigures. I'm glad they're included. Maybe we could have gotten something else. Maybe if you replaced both of these with Samukai, that would have been great. But nice inclusions, so let's get on to the next ones. So here's where it gets interesting, and I'm sure where all of you want to see. We've got Day of the Departed Pythor and Day of the Departed Kozu. Starting with Pythor's weapon here, so I can remove it. We've got his departed blade, even though he's not departed. He's got his snake staff recolored into a translucent green like every other one of the weapons. I'm probably going to buy an extra one of these for Acidicus and an extra Acidicus as well. But I wish I got a bunch of these extra crystals as well. That would have been cool. But then Kozu, you actually do get an extra one of these blades in the set, which looks awesome. But I don't know, I haven't actually compared it to the fire one. but I feel like it looks too much like Kai's original Fireblade. I'm actually going to show you guys that now. Okay, so here we have both of them. Yeah, right at the top there, I look at the top of this and think of this blade. I don't know what it is, but it's just, maybe they're different. I don't know. It's a bit close, but let's get on to the actual really cool minifigures. So starting off with Pythor, he's using the same head from Season 4. Really no reason to change it. He's got the red eyes with the nice gem on the top with his kind of head detailing there. Very, very nice. And then removing this, he's got every single part on this guy is molded in white. He's got the white torso, white hands, and everything. And this is supposed to be the outfit he was wearing in Season 3. He's got his little gem right there, as well as kind of some white robes with the Antagonist heads right there. And then on his tail, just a simple little robe design. And then he's got his white tail out the back. And there's his little hood he was wearing for most of the time we saw him in this. So putting him back together, we can take a look at Kozu. So here with Kozu, the most interesting part to me is actually his face mask, and it's not printed. I don't know why, because the original one had printed teeth. I don't know if that's accurate to the show that he just doesn't, but it almost seems like a different material too. Like just looking at it without printing, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it just looks different. Something's off. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. But he's got his white face there as well with the bright green eyes, which looks awesome. He's a little angry right there. He's got his red armor, which is pretty much the same. I mean, he's got it in the same color and everything. Let me get this back on. It's in the same color and everything, just a little bit more detailed, and it's kind of got borders around all the silver detailing. Then removing it, he actually has, holy cow, get off. There. He actually has the same torso and legs as the Stone Army Swordsman, I think, included in this set. And he's got the Stone Army symbol there, as well as kind of some armor detailing. And yeah, these guys look awesome. I love these guys from this wave. So yeah, two amazing minifigures. Love both of these. But yeah, let's get on to the next ones. So the final two minifigures in this set, we have Day of the Departed Cryptor and a Stone Army Swordsman. Now, he doesn't really come with a sword, he's got a stick of dynamite. So for Cryptor, he has his departed blade right here. Here we go. And he's got the Technoblade on a chain. I guess it's supposed to be coals, I don't know. And he's got the crystal on the bottom as well. Awesome to get this piece in another color. That's a really cool piece to get. As well as Cryptor, he is the exact same as every other Nindroid. He just has the armor piece on. There is one that comes with this hood. And this hood is actually a different printing. If you can see, there's gray around the red on his eyes, which, I don't know, it's a little different. And then this armor piece is just the slightest bit different. Those purple dots, they're red on the original. So, nothing too much different. And then I can really make a Day of the Departed Cryptor out of this armor piece right here. So, yeah, that's just a standard Nindroid torso. Nothing different from any other Day of the Departed Nindroid. So, yeah, looking awesome there. Glad to get him in the set. And then the Swordsman, I'll just show you the head. He's got the red printing there. And again, he's got all the same stuff as Kozu there, but with this armor piece here, and then his stick of dynamite. That's what it's called. So yeah, let's get on to my final thoughts. So what are my overall thoughts on this set? Personally, this is the closest to a 10 out of 10 Ninjago set, in my opinion. This set is amazing. Again, it's bigger than you think. This thing is absolutely massive. It's just amazing. Perfect minifigures. Perfect build. I have absolutely no complaints about this thing. So, those were just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!